calmly and collectively now. Like, dudes wasn't playing back then. They was running through dudes like paper. So, now that we're talking about Colin and his, for some reason, using Troy Aikman and Steve Young as the standard, which I don't know. But then he starts, this is when it gets weird, dude. He starts talking about himself and, him, that he choose concussions over a knee injury. But then there's a certain limit to the amount of concussions. Listen to this, dog.
Is there a line in the sand where I don't want concussions? Yeah. But, like, if you gave me severe knee injury, concussion. 2 concussions, severe knee injury, concussion.
All right, can we say severe in front of both? Can it be severe knee injury and severe concussion? I would
always take a concussion. Always.
Really?
How many concussions would I take for one severe knee injury?
Right.
About 2 to 3.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't want 4 concussions, but I would take a couple of concussions for a severe knee injury.
Oh, my God. So I take 3, but I wouldn't take 4. Like, how do you know which one is the magical concussion? How do you know? Here's the other thing. The concussion is not the biggest of the deals. Like, the concussions people have concussions in car wrecks. People have concussions, in home accidents and all the things. The real kicker with the concussion is that secondary hit before your brain has healed. That's why these cats have to pass protocol now before they go back in the game, because kids have died off of the second concussion while they still have one. So while my man is like, yeah, I'll take 3, but I won't take 4. In what span of time, Colin? Like the same day or same week? What are we talking about? 4 in a year? Because it makes a difference. You know what I mean? It kind of makes a difference. But I take like 4 is my number, and I won't go any higher. That's the most idiotic thing I think I've ever heard that dude utter, dude. Ever.
He was really on one today.
Where do you even get that from? Like, how do you know that there's a difference between 2 and 1? Or what if you get one that's just the one, where you kind of everyone knows what I'm talking about when I talk about seeing those little sparklies in your eyes. You see those little, those, or the one where you're knocked out cold. You want 4 of those, or you want 4 of the first one? What are we talking? Or like 2 of each? You're so stupid. God, oh God, stupidity. Stop. If you're a big Colin Cowherd fan, I'm not going to tell you to stop listening or looking at it. But please decipher what you're hearing.
I mean, because a lot of that is for entertainment purposes as well. And
remember, the NFL or the ESPN has paid $8 billion to broadcast it. Yeah, they're on the NFL's team, so they have to carry out the narrative too that the game is as safe as it's ever been. Sure, it is.
Yeah.
Now, okay, this is the last clip. Because we got to get to some draft stuff, too. Because Colin becomes a scientist now. He puts on his white lab coat and becomes a scientist now. And he's speaking on the science of concussion.
The brain is the most complex muscle in the body. Okay, there's so much we don't know about the brain. And so a lot of the stuff we're doing about brain discussion is a lot of suggestive, we think, we know.
No,
Here's what we know about knee injuries. You're done.
He's totally wrong. No, it's not. Like, we know CTE exists. No one thinks it does. We know. It's not. What the? He's gonna make me say a curse word, dude. If we don't move on from the subject, he's gonna make me say a curse word.
But I refuse to believe that he is that naive when it comes to CTE. And I just refuse.
Dude said it's just stuff that we think. Somebody just made it up one day, and it's like now we're gonna go with this foolishness that these guys, because he talks about Dave Duerson and Junior Seau. He was like, depression causes people to kill themselves. Well, CTE causes depression, douche. So what are you talking about? Like, explain to me the fact that these dudes shot themselves in the chest. Explain to me that part, dude, while we're at it. Like, come on, man, don't. Because I always say stupidity is a disease, and it only takes, like, in this case, he's the outbreak monkey. He's the host. And everyone who heard that and believes what he's saying, you've become stupid too. He spread his disease to you. And I'm trying to become your antidote. Please don't fall for the old banana in the tailpipe. This stuff is real. These head injuries, it's real deal. And just because people get them in other sports, fine. Yeah, people get concussions in all sports. But show me the report where soccer lied to their players. Show me the report where baseball or Little League lied to the players. Show me that report. Yeah. Because it's in writing. People have the documents that the NFL had, and they told people, no, we don't have any information. As a matter of fact, there's no long-term effects of these concussions. And now Jim McMahon can't find his way to the damn store in his neighborhood. So there's that. Yeah, stop falling for that ESPN bull, man. Like, just take it for what it is. If you want to be entertained, like, Colin can entertain. He entertains me from time to time. But as far as, like, and the other thing they do, because ESPN has such a strong research department, and because he always describes ESPN as a research company that just happens to the broadcast sports, like, I get a lot of information, but I separate that from the bull. Like, this kind of stuff here? This? Was it like Cat Williams? This ish right here? Yeah. Oh, no. No. Oh, it's the Sports Kings podcast. We got about 8 minutes to go. And I got Rob wanted to get into some draft stuff. We told you guys we were going to do this every day, too. So here's our draft portion of the show.
And how much time we have?
Got like 8 minutes, dude. Go ahead.
Okay. No, well, Mel Kiper's big board came out today at ESPN. And one player in particular that kind of caught everybody's eyes when he had his, I guess it was the pro day where he ran, a 4.2 was this wide receiver out of Central Florida, Rashad Perry.
Yeah.
And now Mel Kiper has him ranked, it's either 6 or 7 on the big board. And, when I saw it, and I had seen dudes work out or whatnot, but, I was wanting to ask you, like, do you think that maybe, just maybe, we put a little bit too much stock into this whole combine pro day type deal to where, now a guy like Rashad Perriman, really based on his speed, because I know it was his 40 time that really caught everybody's eye, jumps up and is now like projected and not projected to, like he doesn't have where he's projecting him to go, but he has him in his top 10 players. He is one of the top 10 players in this year's draft.
You mean like top 10 at that position, right?
No, top 10 players overall.
Yeah, are you sure that's right? Because think about what we're talking about here. Like we're talking about two wide receivers, 2 quarterbacks are in that top 10. Have to be a defensive lineman, 2 defensive linemen. So now we're at 6. Let me think. Who else? Yeah,
because like I said, because this I didn't write them down, and the insider I can't. I'm not an insider, but the top player is, I want to say, the defensive end from
the D tackle from USC. From USC.
Yeah,
Leonard Williams.
Yeah, for USC is number 1, and then Jameis Winston is number 2.
Okay, yeah.
And then it's like a player or 2 separating him and Marcus Mariota. But he had 3 wide receivers. There was the wide out from USC. I can't think of his name. Number 10.
In his top 10.
It was. Yeah. Then it was this kid from Central Florida, Rashad Perriman, and then it was the wide receiver from Louisville.
No, that can't be, because if you got a top 10 with wide receivers in it, Amari Cooper and the kid from
Amari Cooper was in it.
And Kevin White. Kevin White would have to be in there too then.
Yeah, he was. So it was like 4 wide receivers. It was 4 wide receivers and then everybody else that I mentioned.
Yeah, stop listening to Mel Kiper. He's an idiot. First of all, this wide receiver class is not really that deep.
No, I'm not. No, and that's what I was asking you. Like, has too much stock been placed in these pro days or in these combines to where, like a guy like this would jump up that high and, and people will be talking about him at this point, just not based on the season he had, but based on just the fact that he has 4.26 speed.
Well,
do we put too much stock in that?
Not if what you're doing with it is you're confirming what you saw on tape, because that's what it's for. You want to see a guy. Perfect example, the kid from who's draft stock, Bud, the kid from Louisville, the outside linebacker from Louisville, and the outside linebacker from USC. A lot of people felt like these guys were slower than they were and not as athletic. But then they show up at the combine, and you're like, "Whoa, this kid's a lot faster than I thought he was. I thought he was going to run a 4.8. He ran a 4.6." So now what you do, you go back to the tape, and you kind of confirm what you saw at the combine, and try to meld the two together. So with this kid from Central Florida, we've seen it before. Guys want speed, but what ends up being the telltale with these guys is finding a system and a place where you can go. Perfect example. After Calvin Johnson, the Georgia Tech wide receiver floodgates opened, right? So Bebe came out. Mm-hmm. Bebe ended up playing, first of all, he played with Tim Tebow first, so let's scratch that. But then Peyton Manning comes to town. Well, how do you not be great? How do you not? Yes, like Bebe is a monster. He's huge and fast as hell, right? But on the other side of that coin, a kid like Stephen Hill does the same thing. Goes to the combine, shows people he can catch the ball, shows people he can run, all these good things. A big body kid, but then he gets drafted to the Jets. And what did I say? The day after, Rob, we were on the air, the day after, I was like, I feel bad for that kid because he's another kid that we interviewed him. I was like, yeah, I feel terrible for him. Yeah, his career is already over, and it was. I was like Negro Damas. He ended up last year. We had to go look and find him. He was on the Carolina practice squad and couldn't get on the field with a team who had no wide receivers except for a rookie. Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah. Huh? They had absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice target for Cam, but obviously the people up there know something that we don't know. Yeah. I mean, because we haven't seen him. I mean,
Yeah, he got Charles Rogers. I call it the Charles Rogers. Like Charles Rogers was a beast. Got up there to Detroit. Crickets.
And lost it. Yep.
Well, actually, to be fair, he broke his collarbone 2 years in a row. So when you talk about setbacks, that's the definition of setbacks.
Major, yeah.
So anyway, the kid from Central Florida, the fact that he ran so fast, it's going to open people's eyes up. But what it's going to open people's eyes up to do, other than Mel Kiper, like that's why I say don't listen to him. Don't. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Well, no, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
He's an
but
idiot.
I just know that this kid has jumped up, and got on the radar of a lot of people because of his workout.
Yeah,
and I was just saying, like, do we put a little too much into the speed thing?
This dude, and I saw an article about that today, and I just kind of skip by it because I understand what the conversation is about that, and I'm kind of on that board as well as far as like the 40 speed, because how often do you see a guy run 40 yards in a football game? Very few times. For me, it's more about, especially with running backs, I want to see your 10. Then I want to see your cone drills. I want to see you change gears. I want to see your 10 as a wide receiver because I want to see how you get off the line. Then I want to see how you catch the ball while running. When they do that gauntlet drill, when they run down the line, they have to catch the ball on both sides of their body. Yeah, I want to see that, how you catch the ball on the move. Are you a hands catcher? Do you let the ball get into your body? Those kind of things. Because if you can run, like I always remind people of a dude named Ron Brown, downtown Ron Brown. Now, this is old school. Ron Brown was fast as hell. He was one of those guys that was an Olympic sprinter as well as a bobsled guy, could run his ass off. He played for the Rams and the Raiders when they were in L.A. No one could find a position for this dude. It's like, Ron, run back kicks. Ron, can you run routes? No. Ron, can you cover people in the secondary? No. It's like, Ron, what can you do? I can run. All right. Ron, we'll find something for you, damn it. And yeah, he was the quintessential just, I can outrun everybody on this football field, but I have no football skill. This is the Sports Kings podcast, man. We're going to wrap up this Thursday, or actually Friday. It's Thursday and Friday put in one. We're being heard via Spreaker.com, our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And thank you, everybody who's chosen to follow us and like our stuff and all that good stuff. We appreciate it, man. It's at Sports Kings Live. Also, when you go to the Spreaker site, make sure you give us your likes and all this kind of stuff. Click on the little heart. That's what I'm saying. Click on the little heart. Also, email us, sportskingslive@gmail.com. Tomorrow's Friday, everybody. Last show of the week. So We'll try to make it better than it was today. We'll try. See you guys tomorrow.